I'm joined each Wednesday by GB News presenter Patrick Christys from London, but alas, not today. I did check his Twitter feed and is off goofing around in one of the prettiest parts of Greece, Santorini, sort of, playground for the rich and famous. But we did track him down, and here he is. Patrick Christys, thank you so much. See, we can't even do without your company for a week. I hope you don't mind us barging into your holiday.
No, I've peeled myself off a sun lounger just for you. So thank you very much for having me.
Good on you. Look, I'm going to show you some wonderful revenge footage in a minute. But the reason I wanted to talk to you particularly was that scandal we have discussed before about how a top bank closed the accounts of Conservative Nigel Farage, former UKIP leader, also now at GB News like you, because it didn't like his politics. Although someone at this bank lied and told the BBC, ha, 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 Nigel just didn't have enough money. Now that lie has been exposed, and now the head of the bank, Dame Alison Rose, chief executive of this NatWest group, admits it was her that told him, the journalist, this lie, and she has resigned. What do you make of this?
Well, it's worthwhile taking a step back and noting that NatWest and Coutts wanted to close Nigel Farage's bank account to protect their reputation. Well, after weeks of unrelenting mudslinging and this story now this morning being on the front page of every single national newspaper in Britain, their CEO having to quit, there are calls for the whole top team to go, the government has got involved, political commentators from the left and the right are united in all of this, and as well, the public have come forward. At least 10,000 ordinary members of the public have come forward to say that they want to launch an investigation into why their bank account was closed. This could not have been more damaging for their reputation. Their reputation is now as bad as the bloke who missed the iceberg on the Titanic or Lance Armstrong's doctor. That is the kind of toilet that this lot are now operating in. But just quickly, this is a seismic moment in Britain because we are on the cusp, I think, of proving that cancel culture is actually real and that there is this group of very elite people with a certain set of political views that will try to cancel you if they don't agree with you. This isn't conspiracy theory stuff anymore. We are currently in Britain living in the moment where this is revealed. And the big lesson, of course, is don't have a go at Nigel Farage.
Yeah, well, that's a very good lesson. But it is extraordinary how they try to ruin his reputation and only ruin their own. If they'd simply done their job as bankers, just be banking, don't get ahead of yourself, everything would be sweet. But no, they wanted to be activists, right? And I think you raise a really good point, Patrick. I mean, if this is what bankers do, right? What are the police doing? What are public servants doing? What are the intelligence service doing to people that they think, well, we don't like their politics? How far is this rot spread?
Well, we already have in Britain people who will get a knock on the door from the police for committing, get this, a non-crime hate crime. Yeah, I know, bonkers. But that involves you tweeting something that may well be a joke that people take offence to. Maybe it's you saying something on public transport that somebody overhears. And in one case, in Scotland, the leader of the SNP now, Humza Yousaf, was very keen to introduce laws about what you could or could not say in your own home, believe it or not. But if this is happening with banks, this is a sign. This is a sign about how the elites feel that they can operate. They just feel as though they can shut you down. There's no need for an explanation and that you won't kick up a fuss about it. Well, they are wrong about that now. And frankly, this is going to have to be a big wake-up call. And like I've said, there are calls, mainly from Nigel, it must be said, but now also other elements of the press, for the whole top team to go and a big cultural investigation into the banking system and into other sectors of society.
Without a doubt. Don't forget, she didn't want to resign even when she admitted she'd lied and released allegedly, sort of confidential information about one of her clients to a journalist. It was only under extreme pressure. So the board that supported her in that stupid initial decision, they've got to go. I mean, they do. Now, Patrick, for months and months, police have let so many global warming streams from Just Stop Oil block traffic, particularly in London, driving motorists absolutely nuts. Now, exquisite revenge. Some people have smuggled themselves into a Just Stop Oil meeting, tied rape alarms to balloons and let them go, float to the top of a very, very high ceiling, and what a racket. Have a listen.
I'm sure they're probably paid by the Daily Mail, and they left us with a very difficult problem to solve.
Now, you and I, Patrick, we're famously forgiving people, turn the other cheek kind of guys, but that must have appealed to you as much as it did to me, you know, the biter bit.
Yeah, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. So this is a group that want to stop Just Stop Oil. They are called Just Stop Pissing Everyone Off, which is fantastic in itself. that event that Just Stop Oil were hosting was, get this, an event where they could all step back, grieve for what will be lost, praise themselves for what they have achieved so far. The menu, of course, was vegan. I'm not being funny, Andrew. I don't know about you, but if I had to attend that event, I think I would welcome the towering inferno of the end of the earth, and I would want it incredibly quickly. But yes, this group of pranksters have decided that they are going to disrupt them as much as possible. Look, it's great because Just Stop Oil should be environmental terrorists in my book. They rely on British decency to not get an absolute kicking. They got a taste of British humour there. I think they should get a taste of Chinese justice. Go and protest over in China and spend the rest of your life in a gulag.
Well, look, I think you're absolutely true. Right here, I mean, when you have a look at the sort of vandalism that have been involved, you know, disrupting Wimbledon, chucking stuff at paintings. I mean, Van Gogh paintings, talk about offending me. Yeah, right, fine. I mean, if the police won't step in, this is what you have to get, I think. Otherwise, they won't be intimidated. Patrick, I'm going to let you go back to the calamari, to the lamb with a twist of lemon on it. Beautiful sun and the Aegean Sea. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. Really appreciate it. And apologies to your fiancée for taking you away.